41.6 plus 41.6, that gives you 83 years. Well, we have uh, the sun, as he was speaking on a tape, making his appearance or rising around the year 2014. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that after learning mathematics, which is Islam, and Islam is mathematics, it stands true. Well, I am applying mathematics to the Islamic teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So according to my calculations, the 20 years of divine judgment will start around 2012. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us about 2012 before it ever became vogue or popular if we had studied the teachings closely. In the Holy Quran, chapter 97, entitled The Majesty We Have, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Surely we revealed it on the night of majesty. And what will make thee comprehend what the night of majesty is? The night of majesty is better than 1,000 months. The angels and the Spirit descend in it by the permission of their Lord for every affair. Peace it is until the rising of the morning. Time for more mathematics. Now the Holy Quran says we revealed it on the night of majesty. Well, remember, Master Muhammad revealed secrets unto the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that have been kept secret for thousands and trillions of years, such as the white man is the devil and that God is indeed man. The word majesty by definition means the sovereignty and power of God. Well, it says that the night of majesty is better than 1,000 months. Well, how long is 1,000 months? Well, since there are 12 months in a year, if we divide 1,000 months by 12, we get 83.3 years. This figure, 83.3 years, corresponds to the 2 spiritual hours we discussed before, which equals 83.2 years. The Quran states that the night of majesty is until the rising of the morning. The rising of the morning is the sunrise, or the appearance of the sun. Well, the night of majesty is the period of time before we see the sun, or God in person. The period of time before the sunrise is the period of the morning star, or the last messenger of Allah. Remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the morning star's time is better than 2 hours, or as we have been discussing, 2 spiritual hours equaling 83 years. Remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us on the sovereignty and power or knowledge of God during the night of majesty, because right behind him or his time comes the sovereign or God of the universe, Master Farad Muhammad. So we have the night of majesty at 83 years, or the period between 1931 to roughly 2014. So where is Master Farad Muhammad? Where is Allah in person? Where is the Son of Man? Where is the Mahdi? In an article called America Will Destroy Herself by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger told us that Master Farad Muhammad is on the mother plane, and I quote, "It is the Most High Allah, God in person, who is high above the clouds on a man-made planet from the earth. Its machination cannot be equaled by the devil scientists." In this article, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad interprets or goes through the prophecy concerning Lucifer ascending above the clouds and becoming like the Most High. And in this article, he talks about the fulfillment of that. But right, I may come back to that later. But let me just move forward. Okay. Now, according to the article we just seen here, the messenger told us plainly that the God in person, or Master Farad Muhammad, is on the mother plane. Okay. According to my research, the blueprints for the mother plane were taken to Japan from the holy city of Mecca. This happened around 1909. The mother plane was completed in 1929 in Japan, or as Farrakhan says, the Isle of Nippon. That's another name for Japan. The mother plane was completed 1 year before Master Farad Muhammad made himself known in Detroit. I don't believe this was just a coincidence, by the way, but let me continue. It took 20 years to build it. You can find this information by reviewing the near 1,000-page FBI file on Master Farad Muhammad under the Freedom of Information Act. But let me digress here for a moment. It is not the scope of this DVD for me to point out all of the false Christs, those claiming to be Allah, and the people claiming to be the Son of Man out there, for there are many of them. But I want to tell you, as your brother, if you are a part of one of these organizations that do not teach you the reality of Master Farad Muhammad being a live person and the Son of Man and the Christ, but instead the various leaders of these organizations boast of themselves as being Allah, God, the Christ, or the Son of Man, then let me ask you a question. The leader of that organization that you are in probably has subliminally suggested that Master Farad Muhammad has passed on and the spirit of Allah is in them or speaks to them. They don't tell you to pray to Master Farad Muhammad. Now we know or was taught that Master Farad Muhammad is Allah in person, the Christ, the Son of Man. Ask your leader that if they are Allah in person or the Son of Man, where did they bury Master Farad Muhammad? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he was on the mother plane. The mother plane is out there, just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it was. We'll see a video concerning that shortly. But anyway, now, if the mother plane is out there, and it is, and Master Farad Muhammad, the Son of Man of Christ, is on that ship awaiting his time, then who are these people? Who is this Royale? I mean, are you still Allah's Allah based on what the evidence that we have seen? I would like you to answer the question. Brothers, sisters, we have another brother in Mississippi claiming that he's the Son of Man. I have personal knowledge of him because I was with him for a number of years before I departed. Minister Marvin Muhammad, do you remember the conversation on my porch on Main Street in Fayette, Mississippi? And you told me that you don't think that the mothership is out there and we're going to have to build it? Now what? Master Farad Muhammad is up there on that ship. Are you still the Son of Man? What about you, Silas? Malachi York, Yahweh ben Yahweh. I mean, I can keep going on and on. But, you know, this is the judgment. No wonder the book said that people will be running from his face. I mean, all the false Christs out here are about to be judged. And by the way, I pray to Master Farad Muhammad, Allah in person. I mean, whom the messenger told us was Allah in person. Now, I dare any of you out there to prove to me that I should not pray to Master Farad Muhammad, Allah in person. I'll stand my ground in front of you and your followers. My phone number is 225-806-5451. My email address is kvmuhammad@yahoo.com. My spiritual sword is sharpened, drawn, and ready. Now, the reason I put my contact information on a DVD out here like this is so people, that would take away any excuse for people talking, you know, about the things I said behind my back. And if they find something untrue or something that's just erroneous about this DVD, they're more than welcome to call me on it, you know, because I'm after the truth. I advise all of you to study the teachings for yourselves and stop being lazy and allowing other people to think for you. Study the teachings for yourselves. In this section of the DVD, we're going to briefly discuss the mother ship that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us about that was out there flying in space. First, I'd like to turn your attention to the Bible and the book of Luke, the 21st chapter and the 25th through the 27th verses, and it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring, men hearts failing them for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.